Okay, for the first one for the quiz, the first one is 55 and degree in the 4, and for the quadrant 4 we use the 60 minus reference angle, and we can get the rotation angle is 305. And for B is 64 and is quadrant 2, and for the quadrant 2 is like this part, and we need to use 180 minus 64, so it's 160. And for C and 37 in quadrant 3, and for the quadrant 3 and the rotation reference angle here, so we need to use this 180 and plus reference angle, so it's 180 plus 37 equals to 200. And the second one for P is 1 and negative 4, and we need to find out the sine angle. Okay, and for this part, and we know x is 1 and y is negative 3, and r square equals to 1 square plus negative 3 square is 10, and r is square root 10. And then sine equals to y dy square root 10, and y divided r, so it's negative 3 dy square root 10. And then we need to rationalize the denominator, so it's like we times square root 10 on the top and bottom side, so it's 10 negative 3 square root 10. Okay, number 3, and the number 3 we need to find the first one is sine theta is negative 3,7, and for this one is small, it's negative, so this is quadrant 3 or 4, and the tangent is positive, so it's quadrant 3 or 1, and then the common one is quadrant 3. So for the cosine theta, and should be negative. And for the quadrant 3, and we know x is negative, y is negative, and then sine theta equals to negative 3 over 7, so is y over r, and y is negative, so y is negative 3 and r is 7. And we need to find the cosine, we need to find the x. Okay, so it's 7 squared equals to x squared plus negative 3 squared, so this is 49 equals to x squared plus 9, and then x squared is 40, so x is square root 40. And then don't forget to simplify this one, and both x is positive and negative 40, and x is negative, so x is negative and 40, and don't forget to simplify it, so x is 40 is 4 times 10, and then is negative 2 square root 10. And then for the cosine theta is x divided r, so it's negative 10 square root 10 divided. Okay, number 4, and we need to find tangent A equals to tangent is 7, and which one is this? And the first, let's find out the reference angle. So and for the 170, the reference angle is 170 minus 180 is 17 degree, and because A between 90 degree to 0, and so we can find A is 17 degree. And also for this one, and another way is tangent 197 equals to the positive, because this one is quadrant 3, and this is positive, and this one is positive 117. So the answer is 17. Okay, number 5, and number 5 cosine theta is 4 over 9. This is positive, so we know this part, so it's quadrant 1 and quadrant 4, and also and theta between 0 and 360, so we can just find out the theta in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. And by using the calculator, and we can find the reference angle is 64 degree, and then so in quadrant 1 is 64, and in the quadrant 4 is 360 minus 64, so it's 296. And number 6, and we need to solve this one first, and we just divide the 2 on both sides, so it's and theta equals to negative 1/2. And then by using the calculator, we know, and theta equals to 30 degree, and because sine theta is negative, so it's quadrant 3 or quadrant 4. But And we know one requirement is theta between 0 and 270, so it's only quadrant 3. For quadrant 3, theta is 180 plus 30 degrees, so it's 210. Okay, last question. The sine A equals to 7 and 12. So we know this is positive and in quadrant 1 and 2. And also A is between 90 degrees to 180 degrees, so we know, and sine A is only in quadrant 2. And so, for y is positive and x is negative. And the sine A is 7 divided 12, so y is 7, r is 12. And then it's 12 squared equals to 7 squared plus x squared. 144 equals to 49 plus x squared. So x squared equals to 95 and x equals to, and a positive square root 95 or negative square root 95. But x is negative, so this is negative. And then for cosine A equals to over r, so it's negative square root 95 divided 12. And for tangent A is y divided x, so it's 7 divided square root 95 negative. And we need to rationalize the denominator, so we just time square root of 95 on both parts, so it's 95 negative 7 square root 95.